You're watching America's Forbidden History, where we uncover the stories, the secrets, and the forgotten moments that shaped a nation.
In the shadows of towering cornfields and ancient adobe ruins, there lies a secret banquet of nearly forgotten tastes, echoes of a time when crops rose and fell alongside civilizations, and foods vanished into the void of history. Welcome to a journey through a hidden chapter of the Americas, a story of ancient foods that nearly died out and are inching back into our plates, of seeds buried in silence, rediscovered in soil, of civilizations erased by time, whispering through the grit of grain. I'm your narrator, guiding you across deserts and highlands, forests and forgotten fields. We'll unmask the vanished harvests of a continent. We'll peer into the forbidden history of America's earliest farms and kitchens, and we'll ask, what did people once eat that we no longer know? And why is it coming back now? Picture a world where staple crops collapsed under conquest and neglect, where heirloom grains, wild tubers, and river-farmed fish foods faded until memory. Then imagine small communities, scientists and activists coaxing those foods back into life, resurrecting flavor, heritage, identity. This video is both trend and time capsule. Evergreen because the human story of food is universal, timely because the revival of ancient foods is now gaining traction. For the audience of At America's Forbidden History, this is more than food. It's a portal into lost civilizations and erased truths, packaged into a culinary quest. Stay with us through 6 cinematic scenes, each unveiling a forbidden revelation, each building the tension between disappearance and revival, until we reach the moment where you'll ask, what will you taste next? Let's step into the first scene. When a civilization's food fails, its people vanish. The desert sun bleeds orange over the terraces of the ancestral Puebloans, high on the Colorado Plateau. Beneath those stones, maize once grew in rows so precise they challenged the clouds. But as the climate shifted, drought gripped the land. Farmers abandoned fields. Kitchens fell silent. Corn husks blew like ghosts across dry earth. Among the grains that survived, one seed refused to fade. A tiny, dark kernel known only to underground networks of farmers. Rediscovered after centuries, it carries the memory of a vanished society. We trace the secrets of that seed to a secret storeroom inside a cliff dwelling, dusty but intact. A corn cob, charred by fire, rests like a relic. We pull focus, the cob's tiny kernels, the imprint of human hands centuries ago. Then we shift to a modern lab, grain under microscope. DNA tests reveal it's a variety distinct from modern corn, a missing link. A voiceover whispers of crop failure, of food systems collapsing when colonizers arrived. The hidden food history of America was not just about conquest. It was about empty plates, lost recipes, cultural erasure. But in the valley below, a revival is underway. Farmers plant that ancient seed again. The first harvest in centuries glows golden under midday sun. Tasting it, nutty, wheat-like sweetness, unfamiliar but primal. Yet the cliff-dwelling storeroom holds another secret. Alongside the corn, forgotten tubers and wild legumes were stored. Now pollen and microbiome evidence show they were staples until they weren't. The screen fades as we walk into a subterranean root cellar, half collapsed, and we hear the crack of a shovel uncovering something. And the question lingers, what price did the loss of those foods cost that civilization? Cliffhanger. In the next scene, we'll cross continents to find a grain once nearly wiped out, and see how its revival shakes the global food industry. A grain once buried becomes a cultural rebellion. In the fields of the American Midwest, modern agriculture blankets the land. Corn, soy, wheat, massive, uniform, unyielding. But tucked among them lies a patch of golden stalks, ancient einkorn wheat. Known to Sumerians, forgotten in America, nearly extinct, now revived. In verse, we pan slowly across dew-laden blades of the grain, morning light broken through mist, camera tracking each slender head shimmering. A researcher kneels, takes a kernel, almost translucent, an amber jewel. She whispers of biodiversity, of how monoculture nearly strangled heritage grains. We flash cut to archival footage, dust bowls of the 1930s, soil erosion, hunger, and then to an indigenous farmer planting small lots of einkorn and its cousin emmer. They speak quietly about heritage, about reclaiming food sovereignty. In the lab, paleobotanists decode ancient DNA from 3,000-year-old grain found in a pit in Wisconsin. The analysis reveals the strain present in modern revival is genetically continuous with pre-Columbian varieties. A shock to agronomists. Scene turn, a high-tech illuminated silo storing ancient grains, a contrast to the old clay storage pits of native farmers. The silo door opens with a hiss. We enter, camera orbiting, grains cascading softly like a waterfall. Then we pan to a chef preparing bread, using this revived grain. The loaf cracks, steam rises, bites. Nutty, rugged, earthy. Diners look surprised. We hear, this is what wheat used to taste like before it was industrialized. But danger lurks. Large food corporations eye the trend. Patents. Bioengineering. Is this revival truly about heritage, or just another commodity? Cliffhanger. The next scene takes us to a river civilization where a fish food almost vanished, and its reemergence may reshape indigenous identity. When the river changes, the meal disappears. Along the Mississippi's braided waters, a civilization thrived. Fish, wild rice, nutrient-rich wetlands. But dredging, dams, changing climate drained the table. Native communities watched their staple diet shrink. We follow a drone shot sweeping the river at dawn, mist rising from the surface, the sound of oars slicing water. At a dock, an elder holds a shimmering fish, hooking our fascination. It's the almost lost lake sturgeon, once every family's plate, now nearly gone. The camera lingers on its scales, the echo of ancestral feasts. We hear the hidden history: commercial overfishing, habitat destruction, treaties broken, food systems dismantled. The river table was forbidden in more than one sense: prohibited, collapsed, ignored. Then we enter a hatchery, tanks of sturgeon, rehabilitated wetlands, a revival program run by indigenous youth. We see the first release of juvenile sturgeon into the wild, the water shimmering with hundreds of pale fish darting away. The elder watches, tears in his eyes. The meal returns, a community feast under moonlight, sturgeon slow-roasted over driftwood, wild rice on clay plates. We taste not just food, but culture coming back. But across the river, the corporate fishing fleet looms, sonar blinking, nets dragging. The revival faces resistance. Cliffhanger. Next we journey to the Amazon foothills to uncover a fruit lost to globalization, and the rediscovery that may rewrite agricultural history. In the jungle's shadow, a flavor died. Now it's surfacing. Deep in the Amazon foothills of northern South America, still connected to the broader America's story, we trek through humid undergrowth, vines dripping, insects humming. In a clearing we find the wild ancestor of the Brazil nut, once wild harvested by native tribes, then industrialized, then nearly collapsed under overexploitation and deforestation. We zoom in on the cracked shell, the fatty kernel inside glistening. The ambient sounds, distant howler monkeys, the rustle of leaves, the drip of evening moisture. We follow an ethnobotanist as she records oral histories. Our grandparents said this tree fed whole villages. Then archives, colonial trade logs showing Brazil nuts shipped to Europe, plantations cutting down forest, soil exhausted. The fruit faded. Now local cooperatives protect the trees and harvest sustainably, reviving both economy and ecology. Slow motion close-up, a nut crack, kernel have separate, oil sheen. A chef in the city plates a dish with Brazil nut dressing, indigenous spices. Diners inhale deeply, senses awakened. But the forest is under threat. Logging roads widen, fires flicker at night, indigenous rights challenged. The revival may be fragile. Cliffhanger. Scene 5 goes beneath the ground, to tubers and roots once staples of Mesoamerica and Arctic America, nearly erased by conquest and climate change. What lies beneath the earth holds the key to survival. In the highlands of Peru and the tundra of Alaska we dig. In Peru, the wild ancestor of the modern potato, the OCA and the masua, once the lifeblood of Andean farmers, then sidelined by imported potatoes, monocultures, and colonial famine. In Alaska, the wild tubers gathered by indigenous peoples, ignored by modern grocery aisles. We show hands gloved in mud, pulling tubers from earth, steam rising as they are cooked over open flame. Aroma. sweet earth, smoky, raw. We hear stories. Our people called this the food of the moon because only in full moon we harvested it. Archaeologists map ancient storage pits, charred tubers, insect holes, evidence of freeze-drying, of pre-industrial food technology. The history of food in America is not only above ground, it's underground, hidden. We follow a revitalization project, high-altitude farms planting heirloom tubers, reintroducing them to local markets, preserving biodiversity and identity. The tuber becomes Instagram-worthy. Purple mash, orange chips, heritage fare. But supermarkets reject them. Cheap, irregular shape, not high yield. Corporations prefer uniformity. So the revival must battle both nature and commerce. Cliffhanger. In the next and final scene, we'll pivot to the future. What happens when these revived foods meet global markets and climate crisis? Reviving the past may feed tomorrow. We shift to a sleek urban kitchen overlooking a city skyline. Chefs plating dishes made with ancient grains, tubers, wild fish, nuts. The cinematic palette, steel blue, amber light, slow pans of texture. A dish is served. A connoisseur bites, flavor explosion. The camera catches the spark in their eyes. Voiceover. This is no nostalgia trip. It's survival, biodiversity, taste, cultural resilience. We reference the article that argues nearly extinct grains such as einkorn and emmer could change farming in marginal soils. We cut to farmers in drought-prone regions planting revived crops, government projects investing, indigenous co-ops rising. Economy meets heritage. But new danger, trademarking these heritage foods, commodification, loss of indigenous control. We show legal papers, biotech lab, corporate boardrooms. The revival wave might flatten into yet another commercial trend. We bring it back to your viewer. What will you choose? Do you pick the mass-produced commodity or the heritage seed? The forgotten food or the factory option? The lost ingredient carries memory, identity, and the revived foods are an act of reclamation. We end with a montage. Grains blowing in wind, tubers baked in desert heat, sturgeon breaking surface, nuts cracking in rainforest twilight. The music swells. Voiceover. In the hidden food history of America, every bite is a witness. As we look ahead, one question remains. Which food will humanity lose next, and how will we react? The table is set. The seed is planted. The river still flows. The forest still whispers. Our journey across the forbidden food history of America has brought us from vanished civilizations to revived harvests. But the story does not end here. Every kernel, every tuber, every nut that nearly died out is a message from the past. Food is not just nourishment. It's memory, culture, future. And if these ancient foods have taught us one thing, it's that what you eat links you deeply to your land, your heritage, your identity. So here's your moment. When you walk into your next grocery store, scan the shelves, ask, what is the story behind this grain, this nut, this tuber? Who grew it? Where did it come from? How close was it to vanishing? On this channel, at America's Forbidden History, we'll keep peeling back the layers of hidden heritage, lost inventions, erased civilizations. If you subscribe and hit the bell now, you won't miss our next series. We're going to explore forbidden foods, erased civilizations, and forgotten inventions, and you're part of the discovery. Lastly, I leave you with a question. Which ancient food will you help resurrect? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Share this video with someone curious about the past and the plate, and join the conversation. Because the next time you taste something new, you might just be tasting history. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching America's Forbidden History, uncovering the stories they tried to erase. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a hidden chapter of history. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep history alive.